Joining us now here in studio, Melody Iafelice. Great to have you back on our show. Our beauty expert, and I want to go and lay in the sun, and it's raining, and it's miserable, and it's 14 degrees out there right now. However, being in the sun is probably not my best option either, even though we want that summer glow. So you've got some help for us.
Yeah, self-tanners are that one item, I think, in the beauty aisles that give users the most problem. And the truth is really it's the users' issues, if you will, that have the problem with the product because they're not following directions, they're not prepping, they're not following, post-care properly. So I'm going to share a few tips to get the best, glow on, if you will.
So the products are working. It's just how we're applying. We aren't taking the time to actually apply it properly for us to get the benefit out of it.
Exactly, exactly. So prepping is key. Now, it's not the prettiest part. It's not the most glamorous part, but it's really, really important. So you're going to want to shower. And for ladies, you're going to want to exfoliate as well. So that means shaving the bikini line, shaving the legs, shaving the underarms, because that helps to provide extra exfoliation. Then a good rinse off, good dry off after you get out. No moisturizers. At this stage of the game when you're doing your self-tanning, water and moisturizers are your self-tanner's worst nightmare.
Okay. Really dry off.
Yeah, really dry off. In fact, what I do when I'm actually prepping for self-tanners, like the first go-round, if you will, I'm into, like in the shower, I'm exfoliating with the glove. You can find these at the dollar store, drugstores. You're going to want to have, I actually pair it with the Nooks body scrubber because it just doubles it up. You really want to get it exfoliate. When you get out, pat dry, really dry off. In fact, I just kind of get dressed in loose clothing. Let the skin dry for about another 10 minutes because you don't want any hydration left in the skin. It feels a little bit uncomfortable, but when you get into the self-tanner, it's really, really, this will help fix it. So when you get into the self-tanner, this is the new Vita Liberata. It's from the UK. It's been around for 10 years. This is what they do, and I think that's a #1 key when you're looking for self-tanners. Deal with a brand that's what they do. It's not a side, it's not an add-on. I really think it makes a big difference. And what I love about this one, this company is actually the first one to bring out the 2 to 3 week long self-tan.
So it stays.
It stays and it fades following. As long as you follow the proper instructions.
Okay.
So this one's a mousse. It is very lightweight. There's no smell to it. There's no parabens. There's no alcohol. You should not have any streaking if you follow the directions. It's amazing. I'm actually self-tanning as we speak. I did round 2 last night. Woke up, showered, did it this morning.
And you have great color.
And this one is the bare arm, so we're dealing with this. But you can't even smell anything. Like there's nothing left behind with it. So the trick is to get it out of and spread it evenly on. So you're going to want to use a self-tanning mitt. This is actually what it looks like once you're done.
When it's been used.
So you're going to, I'll actually use the dirty one. And you're going to pump out your mousse like this. And the smaller areas, depending on where you're working, mush it in. And then here we go. And you're just going to blend it. You can actually see it's slightly tinted.
Yeah.
Okay. When you get down to the hands, just kind of sweep it over so you don't have those lines in between the fingers. Bring it through, blend it on. This sits for about 3 to 24 hours, okay, to do its job and to build.
That's it.
That's it, all over the body, nice and even. Like it's dry. Like I can get dressed. Use loose clothes when you do it. I prefer to do it at night, the first round. There's nothing. There's not even that little musty smell.
That smell that it's good. Okay.
It's amazing. Love it because there's also 70% organic extracts in it, so it's actually a healthier formula. I'm dry. I can get dressed. I wore white pants on purpose today.
Because that's usually the key, is that the smudging, and then all of a sudden you take off your clothing and there's remnants.
Exactly, and I think a lot of women, what happens when they're using a formula that doesn't dry quickly and it's a lotion. So they get into that lotion mode and they're rubbing, and this is where you get the streaking and whatnot. This just flies over the skin with the mitt.
This helps too. That mitt is pretty brilliant.
It's like velvet over the skin, and it's very, very quick. I was done in about, honestly, 6 to 7 minutes, and I was getting dressed again because I was already dry, and the color just builds gradually. Do it 3 times to build the color to get that 2 to 3 week long tan. Now, during that process, no more exfoliating, no more moisturizing. You can shower in between, but it's a very light shower. Don't go scrubbing and whatnot.
Don't exfoliate.
Exactly, because you're building the color.
Can you wrap that up in about 10 seconds?
Yep. Post-care, you want to moisturize once you get the color. My favorite one is to bring out the color, and we're going to use the Nooks Huile Prodigieuse, which actually is a dry oil, so you don't feel any slick on the skin, and it has gold in it, so that it has the shimmer. So, a la J-Lo glow.
Oh, look at that.
Yep.
I had no idea that. Can I shake it?
Absolutely. Yep. And that's in a spray, so you can spritz it on, rub it through, and then you have the gorgeous color, but then you have the glow that goes with it.
Gold in there.
Yep.
Very nice. Do you want it? Is this what you're
it looks
for?
nice. Here's the thing. So So I don't want to put bronzer just all over my body.
No, no, that could be long to
Take
do.
a long time.
I'm just trying to think the size of the brush that you would have to use to get it on.
Like a paintbrush.
Yeah.
That's how a guy would do it.
I can see the streaks coming in with that one.
Yes, thanks, Melody. Always
Oh,
a
you're so
pleasure.
welcome.
Yeah.
Thank you for having me.